Good morning. This is America's Teacher, Casey Noland. I'm going into part 4 of my covering of paragraph 2 of the Declaration of Independence. Thought it was fitting with the with the 4th of July coming up here. Okay, I'm going to dive right in here. So we hold these truths to be self-evident in paragraph 2. We already covered this part, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I clarified that that's property. Historically, that's what they meant, that to secure these rights, governments, so we decided the good word for governments is authorities, are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the government. And we talked all about that the people who consent to it are the ones that give it validity if it's actually a valid government. That whenever any form of this government becomes destructive of these ends. So, whenever a government right starts destroying life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness, it is the right of the people. And I don't know why I had it in my mind from teaching this for years that it's not just the right, but the obligation. I guess I'm wrong about that. I'm not sure why that was so stuck in my head. But it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new governments. Okay, we're right in here's where I quit last time. And to institute new governments, okay, set up new authorities, laying the new authorities' foundation, or laying its, what's another word for foundation? I don't know, it's a great word. Laying its beginnings, laying its building blocks on such principles, okay, on truths, and organizing its authority and powers on such form, okay, let's set up a new form, let's set up a new type, let's lay a new foundation, a new type, as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness, organizing it or setting it up in a new way. So if this government stops protecting life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, life, the right to live, is that in jeopardy in America with euthanasia, with some would say even life's in trouble. The whole pro-life movement, of course, without us going into detail on that, you can do that on your own, but those are the questions that are out there. Liberty, the right to peaceably assemble, move around, freedom of expression, have ideas that can't be stolen from other countries, with the right to copyright and patent. Pursuit of happiness, our private property is in danger when the government can grab your acreage and say, hey, we're putting a school here or a freeway or a hospital or whatever. Is your right to property beginning to be in jeopardy? How about just taxing you to where you can't afford to stay on your property? I live in California, and it's starting to look like we may have a tax revolution on our hands. Don't laugh. Maybe something of the magnitude of the Boston Tea Party, because maybe the people are going to begin to say, wait a minute, we've been taxed 3 times for roads, that the money's not going to roads. Our roads are getting worse and worse, and we keep getting new road taxes. Laying its foundation on such... I go swimming and it's always the cough, the chlorine or something. Laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such forms. So setting up a new government with laying a new foundation, new bricks, what were the words I used? Sometimes it's hard finding new words. Remember the principle of we've got to find new words. Setting it up on a base, and setting it up in such a way that they think seem most likely, that it's reasonable to assume that this new system will protect their safety and happiness, their well-being. What are they saying here? We hold this to be obvious, right? That great governments protect our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, property. And when they don't do that, we should abolish them and set up new governments that do most likely to affect our safety and happiness, most likely to get us back to the point where we can live in freedom of conscience and with the most liberty. Okay, see you tomorrow. Thanks. This is America's Teacher, Casey Noland. Go to my YouTube channel, Casey Noland, or go to my website, mcaseynoland.com. And I still think America is exceptional and worth fighting for and worth understanding and worth reading about. And remember, new is not always better. Thank you.